Thank you.
I'll be abstaining from the next item.
Yes, thank you. Commissioner Marshall is abstaining, recusing himself from the next item due to a conflict of interest. And the next item is 851 Cherry Avenue, item 19, or item 19. It's a request for a use permit to allow alcohol beverages sales in conjunction with the restaurant. First chapters 1284.210 and 1296.190C of the San Bruno zoning ordinance. And staff report, please.
Thank you. This application is for a use permit to allow the sales of beer and wine at a restaurant in the Bay Hill Shopping Center. The applicant has submitted plans and they've already received a building permit for the tenant improvement to open a hamburger restaurant, and it's in the general area of Bay Hill Gym. You can see in the photograph in your staff report. It's right there kind of close to the corner. The shopping center has a planned development permit, and at that location a restaurant is allowed, and so the general use of the restaurant and the parking are already permitted at that location. So the only entitlement that they need is the alcohol beer and wine use permit. The restaurant is 1,560 square feet. There's no separate bar area. It's a family-friendly style restaurant, and it has seating for about 35 people, so relatively small actually. Their proposed hours of operation are from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m., 7 days per week. The applicant has also indicated that he has operated other restaurants with alcohol sales, and so he does have experience with this restaurant format, including beer and wine. The police department has reviewed the project, and they've added the conditions of approval that are kind of standard for this style of restaurant. There were not any issues that particularly jumped out at us. It's a relatively small format geared towards families and relatively limited hours. Again, as usual with this kind of use permit, if there were any issues in the future, then the community development director or the police chief would have the ability to call it back to further planning commission review. We sent out the customary 300-foot legal notices. We have not received any comments on that public notice. And so staff recommends approval of use permit 09017 based on findings 1 through 5 and conditions 1 to 16 as listed in your staff report, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Through the chair.
Commissioner Chase.
How come there's no fire department requirements in the staff report? Is that, because most of the time we have something from the fire department.
Yeah, most of the time we do. In this case, they've already applied for and received the building permit for their tenant improvement, and so the fire department has reviewed the plans already, and so there was nothing specific from the fire department on the use permit application, because the physical construction of the site is already approved.
So it's already sprinklered and all that? And
it meets their expectations. I don't know exactly if it's sprinklered. The applicant has just said yes.
Meets their, yeah, that was very, very politically stated. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I can't remember, Senator.
Thank you. Are there any other questions? Okay, thank you. If the applicant can please step forward and state your name and description of the project, please.
Good evening. My name is Abraham Dababne. Applying for a permit to allow beer and wine sales in my new restaurant in San Bruno. I am a resident of San Bruno for the past 8 years. You know, we love the area, and I own and operate excuse me, 2 restaurants in San Francisco, one with a full liquor license, one with a beer and wine license. One I had for 10 years, the other for 3.5 years. I have experience for approximately 25 years with the food and beverage. So basically, I would love to bring the concept that I have in San Francisco into San Bruno, where I live. And as Laura indicated earlier, you know, we are family-oriented restaurants. We cater for kids as well as adults. And, you know, that's about it, really, you know.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Any questions for the applicant? Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll now open it to public hearing. We now close public hearing since there aren't any takers here, and we get back to public discussion. To planning commission discussion.
Through the chair.
Commissioner Peterson.
I move the commission approve use permit 19-17 based on findings of fact 1 through 5 and conditions of approval 1 through 16.
Second.
It's been moved and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. And there is a 10-day appeal process before beginning the project. You're welcome.